We're back to broadcasting live from the Celebrity Edge. We're in between Australia and New Zealand on our way to New Zealand. Weather's fine. It's about 70, 75 degrees. No, we're like 70. Some people are swimming in bathing suits and sunbathing, and some people are in their jackets. Good time to be out here. Nice and quiet. Little music, frozen drink. Oh, yeah. You can tell that the ocean is moving by looking at the pool. Hey, Joseph Garcia, how you doing, man? Water's a little rough, but not too rough. Pool's moving a little bit, but not so much that people can't walk and have a good time. You are looking at the Celebrity Edge. The Edge, David. We just left Australia and we're on our way to New Zealand. It's really nice, about 70 degrees. Yesterday, though, in Australia, man, it was like 90 degrees. It was hot. But this is the Celebrity Edge. Go for a dip. Actually, right now, I'm behind the camera, dressed. Wanted to go live. There's a few people running in and out, jumping in and out. I'll show you me. That's me. Let's go. Rock Josh 78, welcome. Where are you guys dialing in from? Europe, the States? I always love watching live cruise ships. The last time I broadcast live was in December, and there were people on board the ship I was broadcasting live from watching the live feed. So they kind of came up and said hello, which is kind of cool. Istanbul, Turkey, far out. Nice. Been to Istanbul once. Good food, man. The street vendors. I remember they had those, it was those ears of corn that were like blackened on a stick. They tasted fantastic. Hit the spice market, carpet market. Right now, we are in between Australia and New Zealand on our way to New Zealand. We left Australia yesterday. Which edge class? Well, I thought edge was a class. So I've heard it referred to as that this is an edge class ship called the Edge because it was the first one of the Edge class, as I understand it. The cruise is from Australia to New Zealand, and we're going to go all around New Zealand, several different stops. I've never been to New Zealand, but I hear it's absolutely gorgeous out there. 70s, clear, lots of colors, beautiful scenery. That's what I want. What kind of miles per gallon are we getting? God, on the ship? Who the heck knows? I do know there's like, with the staffing, guess there's over 3,000 people on the ship. So it's a fairly large ship. It's not a mega ship. I'm not a fan of the mega ships because I want to feel the ocean. I want to feel it rock just a little bit. I want to know I'm on a ship. Plus, yeah, my kids are grown up and gone, so I don't really want to be on a party ship with a bunch of kids running around either. Nothing wrong with kids. I like them, but I like the more mature cruises. I know, old fogey, but hey, Celebrity Beyond. It's a good ship. That's right. Yeah. There's several different edge classes, but I think this was the very first one, which is why they call it the Celebrity Edge. Like when I was on the Celebrity Solstice, I think it was Solstice class because it was the first one. But the Edge class is very nice. Cabins are spacious. Are you close to Pearl? No, no, no. We're on the other side of the earth, actually. Although my sister's in Cozumel, which is probably the closest, but that's still on the other coast. The problems people are having right now is sure having trouble getting out of Puerto Vallarta and stuff, but the real problem has to do with the blizzard that's hitting the east coast of the United States, and it's just effing up flight traffic everywhere. How many nights? I think it's about 15, something like 15 nights. So I left some snowstorms behind and came here where it's warm. Yeah, what's going on in Puerto Vallarta is pretty bad. I hope that gets straightened out soon. A lot of tourists are stuck there. Lots of flights in Canada canceled due to the cartel attack. Oh, really? Okay. If you're in Puerto Vallarta, you're supposed to stay in your hotel room, last I heard. What does 15 nights cost? That depends. That depends on what kind of cabin you're in, whether it's an upgraded cabin. I mean, there's several different prices. Inside cabins, outside cabins, larger cabins, smaller cabins. Just go out there and take a look. It'll break it down for you there. How long does it take to get from Australia to New Zealand with the cruise? It's about 2.5 days, maybe 3. I think we get there on the 3rd day. One of the sounds. This was actually my first time with a lot of time out in the ocean. I've had like little flirts going out in the ocean, but never for this long. So it's been kind of cool. But the whitecaps are gone, so that's good. I like being on a cruise ship. It's like being in a whole separate world. It's a nice world where you're taken care of. You don't do any thinking. You're just kind of like, it's kind of like being a kid again. That's why I think people like it. When you go on excursions, there's someone that tells you which bus to get on, when to do it. They lead you around, when to eat. And you see, these people on this ship are mostly mature, retired industry leaders, really people that have been in management forever. And every once in a while, it's nice just to have someone take charge and just go along for the ride. Can you fish off the edge of the edge? No. No. No fishing. It's a long way down, anyways. But that would be kind of funny if you could. You're in your room and you look out the window and some dude's bringing up a big old fish past your window. That'd be something to see. You can't fly drones either. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a drone shot of me, on the bow as the drone sort of like flies away, show me standing there. But then I thought, you know what, I could do that, but without a drone. Just use AI. I've been messing with that, animating pictures and tying other pictures together and creating small videos with it. So I think AI could do it. You can do some pretty incredible stuff. Can you smoke? There is smoking aboard the ship in designated smoking areas. There are certain parts of the ship you can go outside and smoke. As far as I know, there's no smoking inside. Although I'm not positive about the casino, because usually this casino is allowed for smoking in some areas. The casino. What tool do you use to make AI videos? I am using, God, I'm away from her for half a minute. Stable diffusion with a comfy UI interface. You messed around with it before? Stable diffusion, comfy UI and stuff. What are you guys see now? Oh yeah, you can actually see it. You can see the sea. Look, I'll show you right here. And if you watch the sea, you're going to see it goes up and down because that shows the rocking of the ship. So it's not too bad, but you can definitely see it move as well as from the pool. So it's not bad rocking. It's a little rocking, but not bad. And there is nothing like fresh sea air. That and a frozen drink. If the waiter ever comes around, I get another one. I get these non-alcoholic frozen drinks. I stopped drinking about 15 years ago. Got in trouble. No more drinking. I've been on some cruises where the water's been really rough and the pool is like all over the place. But it's just been for several hours, just a gentle rocking. And I'll tell you, once you get into bed, this gentle rocking, oh my God, you go right to sleep. You sleep like 8 and 9 hours when you don't normally do that. It's fantastic. Gentle rocking. The nice is to clear to see the stars. Yeah, but it's cloudy right now, unfortunately. But you know what? You reminded me. I am going to come out tonight because I want to see if you can see a lot of stars. I'm really curious about that now. I live near Washington, D.C., so we don't really see the sky. The city's lighted up. They got the coolest jog or walking trail and jogging. That's part of the uphill. And the other side is the downhill. And it clearly marks which path you can run on and which path you can walk on. But it's a better workout than just a level on. I think my favorite time to be on the ship is probably like 4 and 5 in the morning. That's when the whole ship is yours. You can explore the entire thing and there's no one there. Just all the colors and it becomes my ship. But right now I got to share it with all these other people. Ever heard of people retiring and living full time on? Oh yeah, I've not met any, but I've heard about it and I've read about it. What I've been, there's a lot of on this particular cruise are back to backs, and these people stay on this ship for over a month, and they do the same cruise sort of back and forth. I don't know how they do that. I mean, I would do, say the 2 weeks on this ship, this cruise, and then pick up another 2 week cruise on a different ship going to different locations. But But doing the same one, going back to the same locations, life is too short. It'd be nice, but I'd like to do new stuff. But retiring and living full time on the cruise ship, it seems romantic. It does. Just getting on the ship, no concerns in the world, traveling the world. I like going out in the woods and being alone, deep in the woods. The crew and staff, on Celebrity and Royal Caribbean, I'm sure the rest of them are all just fantastic. I've never met a bad crew member ever on all the cruises I've been on. I try to be kind to everybody. I like getting the crew members talking because I like hearing about their home countries, which is usually really, really interesting. Does it stop off at ports? Yes, it does. And you can get off. Yeah, I'm doing excursions on just about every port. Don't want to waste a port. So, yeah, we've got like about 7 different excursions planned right now. People either love excursions or they don't. You guys using Starlink for internet? Probably a Starlink. Believe me, I'm no fan of the owner of Starlink, but right now that's all they got. So, yeah, Starlink. Can you get off at a port if you don't have an excursion? Yes, of course. And they usually stop at pretty cool places too, little towns and stuff. So you don't need to purchase excursions. If they're not docking directly at the port, you may have to take one of the little boats from the ship to the port. And sometimes there's a small charge associated with that. So you just take the tender, that's the little boat. Just take the tender, the little boat. I don't think the internet's fantastic on this. Anyways, if you want to see it, show it to you. That's the bar right there. And that is me. Yeah. There you go. You guys come to mind as your best and favorite cruise? Mine was one that started in Venice and ended in Amsterdam, and it cruised the Mediterranean with all the ports in between. That was just one of my favorite cruises of all time. Oh, you know what? The last big cruise I was on was my favorite because it started off in Singapore, ended at Hong Kong, and stopped at Vietnam and Thailand. Best cruise ever. Got to in Vietnam, got to go through some of those tunnels that the Viet Cong used to use. So we get to actually crawl through those darn things. The actual ones from the war, and boy, it was tight. But that was an experience. Sometimes these excursions are just amazing. That one particular excursion, you know, we got there and we were touring, after going through the tunnels, and you could hear these gunshots and stuff going in the background. I'm sure it was just sound effects. Firing Vietnam. So I chose the M16 because that's what I, used in the military. My wife didn't want. You can tell by looking at the water that the boat is rocking gently. It can happen. They're in yet. We won't let any stinking rain stop us. This is the Celebrity Edge. We're on our way from Australia, left yesterday, and heading to New Zealand, where we're going to stop Then we'll spend some time there, chill out. At the end of the cruise, do some road touring and exploring. We try to set up these vacations 3 ways. Like a cruise, we get there like 3 or 4 days before the cruise, so that's like one mini vacation. Then we have our cruise, that's like a vacation. Then we take 3 or 4 days after the cruise at our destination, and that becomes its own separate vacation. So really, you have 3 vacations in one. Three entirely different ones in different countries. So a lot of people walking. They won't last long. I know the moment a few raindrops start falling, people start heading inside. I can't believe I left a blizzard behind at home. I've got cameras set up around the perimeter of my house at home, so I'm able to log into it and see the snow falling, which is really kind of cool. Cameras, you ask? Why? Well, I'll tell you. I live in the Washington, D.C. metro area. Not always too safe. Always good to have some protection. We do cameras and security systems. But out here on the cruise, nice. The only worry you have is what you're going to do, when you're going to eat. That's not even a worry. You just have to decide when. Is it going to be the cafe? Is it going to be the restaurant? If so, which restaurant? You have 4 restaurants to choose from that are all included. Or you can do the premium restaurants, which cost more. I don't do the premiums. I tried them once. That really wasn't worth it for me. Just the regular restaurants are fine. Wish you guys were all here. I think you'd really enjoy it. Yeah, you can see the movement just a little bit more just then. There's more of the wave in the pool. But what did I say, Fernando, about what you mean they included? Say that again. What did I say? Included what? I probably mumbled something. Yes. Okay. So what's included is, meals, of course. You can eat at the cafe, which are these huge buffets, or normally there's a dining, a restaurant that you can go to that's also included in when you book the cruise. In this particular one in the Edge class, there's 4 restaurants that are included. Now there's premium restaurants you can go to as well, and they cost some additional money if you want to go to the premiums, like the steakhouses and stuff. But you don't have to. You can what I do is I just go with what's included, and that's any of those restaurants as well as the cafe, and that's good enough for me. That includes things like the place where they make the pizzas or the hamburgers, ice cream. That's all included. So yeah, all meals are included, but you can also purchase premiums if you want to, which I'm sure are good. But I like food, but it's not that important to me. I just want enough to fill my stomach, which you do get on a cruise ship for sure. Mm. You see the cloud banks out here in the distance, right up there. I try not to record people, at least up close. And this was a good time to come out here because most people are inside. You going to show us inside? Uh, I will. Not today. Right now, it's just going to be the outside pool. I will probably do the inside when there aren't many people around. And where in the inside do you want to see? Ship's big, man. There's a lot of levels and floors. I assume you probably mean just the main levels, like 3, 4, and 5. Casinos, restaurants, stuff like that. Oh, the casino. Yeah, it's a good casino. It's pretty big. And they're always so clean on these ships. Like, you could eat off of them. One of the things I do on these ships is I hide ducks. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but there's this whole subculture on cruise ships of people who search for ducks that are left on cruise ships. Now, I'm one of those people that hides them. So I got like a pocket full of these things I'll show you, and I drop them off in odd places for people to find. See? Here's one that I've not put out yet. Little tiny ducks. But I put them in strategic locations, and when people find them, they get really, really happy. It's their day to find a 10-cent duck. All right. Oh, boring. Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes boring is good. I like boring. You know, when you spend 50 years of your life working in a non-boring thing, stress and all that, it's kind of nice just to have no excitement. I mean, I was getting away from all that at home, you know, with the politics and stuff, which is pretty miserable back in the States, at least where I live. So it's good to get away for a little bit. Yeah, this is certainly not a party ship. This is a relaxing ship. I like relaxing. All right. I just went and got a frozen drink. Y'all want to see it? There you go. What do you think? This is a frozen mango daiquiri, non-alcoholic. So it's really just all flavor. So tasty. Mm. We're on board the Celebrity Edge. Left Australia yesterday. On our way to New Zealand. We have several stops in New Zealand. When I was a kid, I used to be a stamp collector, and New Zealand had the best stamps. They were all so colorful. So I always wanted to go check it out, see if it's true. That's the land of colors. That sound in the background is a blender, mixing up the frozen drinks. Yes, thank you.
You lose that? Thank you. Forward.
Can y'all see the cafe? See if we can zoom. There you go. There's the entrance to the cafe. Very close. Fernando, there's a thing going around how dirty their ships are. Is it clean? Good food prep? Yeah, it's clean. They're spotless. If you follow the precaution like you do in your everyday life, just wash your hands regularly, soap and water, you're fine. Everything seems perfectly clean to me, and I've never been sick on a cruise ship. I'm knocking on wood. I don't want it to be the first time, but yeah, believe me, I'm paranoid to getting food poisoning. I had it once. from bad McDonald's hamburgers. So I'm real careful. You know, these places are clean. I took a tour of the kitchen. I suspect that some shifts are probably cleaner than other shifts. But you know, it wouldn't be good business to put out unclean food because it would lose their company, you know? Once word gets out it's shipped unclean, no one's going to go on board. So, you know, they do their very best to keep it as clean as possible. They're always going around cleaning all the rails and bathrooms, and everything is always just spotless. Like I said, even in the casino, you could eat off the machines. They're that clean. So I've never had an issue. I'll move this around a little bit. Something else. That's the walking path that goes uphill. Try to be gentle moving the camera. You don't want to give anybody whiplash. 11 p.m. here in Texas. The time here is, I will tell you for sure, it's in the afternoon. It's 5 p.m. We had a time change last night. We lost an hour. And we're going to have another time change tonight to get on New Zealand time. A little confusing. Text from my wife. So I'm going to have to sign off, guys. Time to go get dressed and start thinking about dinner. Thanks for joining me. And I will definitely be on again.